due to the wartime escalation in the Middle East, with Israel as the vertex and Gaza Strip and Iran as the triangle base. The international community is fearful of what could happen with these two countries that have been developing nuclear potential for decades. The Middle East has become a powder keg. The beat of war drums is heard. And these sounds are accompanied by fear of the possibility that the conflict between Iran and Israel could lead to the use of nuclear weapons by these nations or by third parties aligned within and outside the region. But does Iran or Israel have nuclear weapons, or could they have them? Which countries in the Middle East and nearby have nuclear bombs? Although officially Israel maintains a policy of total secrecy regarding its armament arsenal, it is known that Israel has had nuclear warheads since the 1960s. In addition, the country never signed the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, so it is expected that it has been developing and manufacturing nuclear weapons for decades, among other military projects. According to the NGO Nuclear Threat Initiative, also known by its acronym NTI, Israel would have at least 90 nuclear warheads and 980 kilograms of plutonium, sufficient to create between 170 and 278 nuclear weapons, in addition to having submarines or missiles capable of carrying these weapons, such as the Dolphin 1 and 2 and the Jericho 3, with ranges of more than 5,500 kilometers, respectively. One of the first public news on this topic emerged 11 years ago and was reported by the international press and news chains such as Euronews. The first question answered. The second question is, does Iran have nuclear weapons? Its ambition to have nuclear weapons has been a major concern of international politics in the Middle East for decades. The country signed an agreement with the United States in 2015 to restrict its nuclear program, but it is known that it has violated it on several occasions. In addition, the U.S. exit from the agreement in 2018 rendered it ineffective. Although it is impossible to know with certainty the real possibility that it will end up developing them, it is known that Iran has the capacity and resources to manufacture nuclear weapons. Once again, the NGO Nuclear Threat Initiative estimates its resources at 128.3 kilograms of enriched uranium and almost 4,500 kilograms of total uranium reserves. On November 27, 2020, the world was startled by the violent murder of a prominent Iranian nuclear scientist in Iran. This time, it was the German network DW that broke the news. Rafael Grossi, the director of the UN Nuclear Agency, had already warned about the nuclear capability of the Iranian regime. After answering the second question, we now must ask, which countries have nuclear weapons? In the Middle East, it is known that Pakistan has a large nuclear arsenal, with 170 nuclear warheads and nearly 4,900 kilograms of nuclear material to develop weapons. The country also conducted up to 6 nuclear tests until 1998. India, which has tensions with Pakistan, also has nuclear weapons, up to 160 nuclear warheads and abundant reserves of enriched uranium and plutonium. Outside the region, which is a cauldron, there are other countries with confirmed nuclear arsenals: Russia, the US, China, France, the UK, India, and North Korea. It is also known that Japan has the capacity to develop nuclear weapons. Outside the Middle East and nearby, Israel is aligned with the US, the UK, Germany, Italy, France, and Australia. 3 of these countries have nuclear weapons. Iran, on the other hand, is supported by Russia, North Korea, and China. Although, at least for now, China shows itself equidistant in the conflict and is perceived as a possible mediator. In this case, these 3 countries have nuclear warheads. For these reasons, and given the European war between Russia and Ukraine, the world is living, more than ever, in nuclear alert.